Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're taking a closer look at the top 10 best-selling skincare products of 2022. I've scoured the net, done my research, and worked out what are the best-selling products globally. Just because something's super popular doesn't necessarily mean it's good or worthy of a place in your skincare routine. So we're going to take a look at these bestsellers, and I'm going to be working out whether I think they are holy grails or total fails. Maybe we could learn something based on other people's preferences. We might be missing out not including these products in our routine. Or maybe we can have that smug satisfaction of knowing we have the upper hand and maybe we're not falling for the marketing and the promotion that brands are doing. Sit back, relax, let's take a look at the top 10 best-selling skincare. Now before we get into this video, just a big old caveat and disclaimer to say, in pulling together this top 10 list, I used various websites, the data for some of the best-selling and most widely reached internet retailers, and also some articles and blogs around this topic. There is no one definitive source when it comes to international best-selling skincare, so there might be a lot of margin of error in this, but it's just designed for entertainment purposes, so we can take a look at what's popular and work out whether we need it in our own skincare routines. I would love to know your thoughts, feelings and opinions on anything mentioned today, so sound off in the comments section below. And don't forget, whilst you're down there, to give this video a big thumbs up and a like. Like I said, it took a fair bit of research to pull all of this together, and the best way of supporting me as a content creator is to like the videos, because that'll allow YouTube to promote it to a much wider audience, meaning as many people as possible can discover the channel. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Now I've got a lot to say in this video, so shall we just cut this waffle and delve straight on in? Now in no particular order, but definitely in the top 10 international bestsellers is this product. This is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. Now I've actually restricted just one entry per brand in this top 10. Otherwise, let's be honest, the whole top 10 will be overrun by Garnier, The Ordinary and some of the biggest selling brands out there. But the bestseller from this particular brand is their micellar water. They now have, I think, like 12 or 13 different iterations of it, but the bestseller is the original, the one with the pink cap, and in my view, the best. There are various different versions of this. They do ones that are more mattifying for oily skin, they do some that are designed for more sensitivity prone skin, but I always find myself coming back to the original, which I just think is the best. This is beautifully affordable, and people often call it out as being a like-for-like dupe for the Bioderma micellar water that kind of kick-started the micellar water cleansing craze. This, in my view, works just as well, but is a fraction of the cost, so I totally understand why this is a bestseller, and I would recommend everyone get this in their skincare routine for those days where maybe you just can't do a full cleanse. I definitely think there is a time and a place for micellar water where it's just not practical to cleanse with running water, or you don't want to carry too many products around. They do a travel size, which is what I'd probably start with, super flexible, but yeah. This is a bestseller for a reason, and I definitely think this is a product that could work for just about everyone's skincare routine. Second up is a product from The Ordinary, which, like I said, I'm restricting it to just one entry per brand, and unfortunately the best-selling product from The Ordinary is this one. This is their niacinamide 10 plus zinc 1% serum. This, I think, is probably one of the worst formulations that The Ordinary has to offer, but allegedly since it launched 5 years ago, they've sold 37 million units of this. Let that sink in. 37 million units. It's a bestseller, and I just don't think it's worth the hype that it gets. I covered in a recent video why I don't think this is a product that you should reach for in your skincare routine. I'm going to leave a link to that up there. If you read the comments on that shorts video, you see a lot of people saying, actually, I did get some good results for it. I use it on the body. It does have a time and a place. And so I always say when it comes to skincare, use what works for you. And if you're using this very successfully, continue it. But if you're tempted to try it based on it being a viral sensation, I'd say take a pause. I think there are better niacinamide formulations on the market. In fact, I captured some of the best in a video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. If you're still tempted by this one, check out that video first so you can really compare and contrast. It's been the bestseller in The Ordinary for the past like 4 or 5 years, but I really don't think it's worthy of that title. Now, also in the top 10 is the cosrx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. That is a ridiculously long title for a skincare product, and one that I always seem to mix the words up within it. So again, I've linked it like I will all the products mentioned today in the description box below. This is actually the only Korean-based skincare brand which actually features in this top 10, but I'm not surprised because I know so many people that use this product in their skincare routine and love it. cosrx now do like upwards of 50 different snail mucin-based formulations, but this seems to be the one that people get the best results from and that they buy time and time again. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of snail mucin in my skincare. The texture, I can't get my mind over the whole snail thing, and the texture always seems way too slimy for what I personally enjoy. However, you can't deny that this gives wonderful results based on the anecdotal data and stories that you guys have shared to me. So many people say it really deeply hydrates the skin. Over time, it can even out the complexion, fade hyperpigmentation, and it's got some beautiful calming properties to it too. Snail mucin is actually relatively well studied, and the results and the benefits that you can get from it well documented too. So whilst there's a lot of hype around this, there's also a lot of data to back up just how effective it can be. A little bit on the pricier side compared to some of the other snail mucin products on the market, so you don't necessarily need to shop this one to get that wonderful ingredient, but this definitely does work, and I can understand why people buy it time and time again, which is why it features in this top 10 bestsellers list. Now, I filmed this same video 12 months ago for the 2021 top 10 bestsellers, and actually there's a lot of crossover in terms of products that featured last year also featuring again this year. One product that's definitely the case for is this, the roche-posay cicaplast balm, but I don't think this will be featuring in next year's top 10 bestsellers because it underwent a reformulation that honestly has pretty universally been panned, and a lot of people are saying they just don't like the texture anymore. So this is a barrier supporting moisturiser that until that reformulation was probably one of the best on the market. So affordable, yet really deeply nourished the skin, calmed, soothed, and helped repair the barrier function if you'd overdone it with an exfoliator, got too much sun, maybe your skin was just a little bit irritated. This would calm it all down overnight, and it was a holy grail for a reason. Since the reformulation, they've actually taken out a lot of the quality ingredients and replaced them with cheaper alternatives. They've included some ingredients to mattify it all down, so it's not got the same level of hydration that maybe you got from the original formulation. However, if you still want to try this out and you want like the original texture that it used to have, I came up with a hack for how you can dial up the hydration that you're going to get from this and kind of return that glossy finish that everybody loved about the original formulation. So I'll leave it up there if you want to check out how to turn this product, which is the new formulation, back into the original texture and performance that you got. I don't think there's going to be the sales that this commanded in 2022 into 2023. I think a lot of people are going to look for alternatives. So it's probably the last time you'll see it on this list, but in the old formulation, it sold so well, which is again probably one of the reasons why it's still in the top 10 bestsellers this year. Now, I think we'd all have been surprised if Cerave didn't make an appearance in this top 10 list. Again, if I hadn't just restricted it to one product per brand, I think Cerave would have dominated alongside The Ordinary. But Cerave's best-selling product internationally is actually this one. This is their facial moisturizing lotion. Now, this is a product which people love for its simplicity. You know, this is a very basic moisturizer, but great if you have very sensitive skin. You want something that's going to hydrate you, but not packed full of too many ingredients that could potentially sensitize or irritate the skin. I'm not the biggest fan of Cerave. I've been very open about that on the channel, and they're not a brand that I personally reach for. I think their formulations are pretty basic, but the prices keep creeping up, and I think for the same price, you can just get better formulations elsewhere. But if you want to keep it super simplistic, or you've got very sensitivity prone skin, then Cerave is definitely a line to take a look at. Now, the main problem with Cerave products like this one is they're constantly reformulating them. This has been reformulated again this year, and they've increased the amount of niacinamide in it. A lot of people have said on the back of that reformulation, a product that worked really well for them now stings, burns, and irritates the skin. If that's happening to you, don't worry, it's not your skin reacting to it. It's actually just the product reformulation means you're not kind of using the same product that maybe you thought you were 6 months earlier. This has happened with this product alongside some of their other moisturizers, cleansers, and their eye cream, so bear that in mind. But I know so many people that love this and really enjoy it for its simplicity, which is why I'm not surprised it's on this top 10 list. It's not for me, but if you like Cerave as a brand, this is definitely a great, basic, but effective moisturizer. Now, one brand that's always compared and contrasted to Cerave is Cetaphil. However, Cetaphil don't seem to have the same market share or the volume of sales that Cerave have achieved, but they still have one product in this top 10 bestsellers, and it's this one. This is a Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. This has so few ingredients and yet is a really effective cleanser. So if you want something that's just going to get the job done, remove the dirt, the debris, the SPF, but not strip and dry the skin, then this Cetaphil cleanser is a really good option for you. It's not a brand I personally shop with because they're not cruelty free, and that's something that matters a lot to me. But a lot of people just want super simple, super gentle from their cleanser, which is why I totally understand why this is featuring in the top 10 bestsellers. And I think whilst the price of Cerave has gone up and up recently, Cetaphil have kind kind of kept their price point fairly static. So this is a relatively affordable cleanser when you compare and contrast it to what Cerave has to offer. And yeah, definitely one if you're looking for simple yet effective cleansers. Now, shall we talk the Paula's Choice Skin Perfected BHA 2% Liquid Exfoliant. This will come as zero surprise to anyone that's watched any content here on YouTube or over on Instagram, where this product is like a viral sensation. It's actually their travel size, the smaller one that features in the top 10 bestsellers list, and probably for good reason. A little does go a long way, so you don't necessarily need the full-size bottle. Really convenient to travel with, and you do get really great results. This is a super gentle formulation that can even be used on really sensitive skin. It really helps to decongest the skin, tackle blackheads, minimize the risk of any breakouts that you might have, and also gives a really nice gentle exfoliation. Salicylic acid, which is the core ingredient of this, is one of my favourites, and whilst I don't often use it just as my standalone exfoliator, it's great if you are quite oily, you have some breakouts, you have some blackheads, skin congestion, and want to get on top of all of that. The results speak for themselves with this. People have some wonderful, wonderful outcomes, and very few people report any irritation from it, which is probably why it's one of the best sellers globally, even though it does command one of the highest price points that you're going to see in this list. It's cult for a reason. Yes, there are other options out there, and my favourite being the Saliatica solution from Face Theory, half the price, same formulation. But if you want to stick with Paula's Choice, this is a product that really you can't go wrong with. Now, the 8th product mentioned today is this one. This is the Vichy Mineral 89. This, again, commands a relatively high price point, but I just think about everyone is fangirling and raving about this product, which is probably why they're racking up the sales. This is a hyaluronic acid-based serum, but it's more than just hyaluronic acid. It's got some of the great humectants in here, which are going to plump out the skin, retain moisture, minimise the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It's also got the Vichy mineral water in here, which is like their core ingredient that features in just about every one of their products. It is super calming on the skin, definitely gives you a dewiness that I don't think you get from other hyaluronic acid serums, and is a firm favourite for a lot of people out there. Vichy aren't a brand I particularly gravitate towards because, again, they're not entirely cruelty-free, but I know so many people that have tried other hyaluronic acid serums, got practically nothing from them, switched to this and been wowed by the results. It's got a ridiculously high price point, but people buy it time and time again because it genuinely works. And I would say, if you're tempted to try this product out, a little does go such a long way. So, comes with a high price point, but one bottle like this, which is 30ml, will probably last you a couple of months. So you do get a lot of use out of your purchase. Now, we have two more products before we close out this top 10 bestsellers list, and second to last is the Lanolips 101 Lip Ointment. Now, I was really surprised to see this on this list because whilst I've used it in the past and got great results, I didn't know it shifted the volumes it does. But if you see any of the big international web-based retailers, they all say this is one of their best-selling products. It's really nice. Lanolin is fabulous for lips, softens them down, deeply hydrates. This product also has some other great humectants, moisturizers, and oils in it. So if you feel like you're trapped in like a lip balm cycle where the more lip balm you use, the drier your lips seem to be, it's probably because a lot of them actually contain stripping, drying, and irritating ingredients. They give you instant relief, but might actually be causing the problem in the long term. This isn't a product that does that. It's genuinely nourishing. It's a wonderful, wonderful lip balm. I would say it can be a little bit difficult to get your hands on in physical drugstores, so it's a product that you might want to order online if you want to try it. But yeah, definitely great for those dry winter lips, and I think a lot of people have been buying the different variations of it. They do different scents, different flavours, and all of that, which is why I think it's just such a global, international bestseller. Now, finally, we've got the Olay Regenerist Cream. Olay as a brand, I'm not a huge fan of. I think their formulations are quite basic. I think their more advanced formulations, they charge a ridiculously high price point. They're not the drugstore and affordable brand they used to be. And I think a lot of their marketing is a bit dated. Nothing really appeals to me about the brand. However, their Regenerist line is generally quite well received. Consumers say works really well and they get some great outcomes from it. This Regenerist cream is great. It's designed to be a night cream, boost collagen and elastin. I think there are just some better retinoid creams on the market. My favourite is Geek and Gorgeous, and I'm definitely making the switch and will encourage everyone to do the same from retinol to retinal. One letter different, but honestly, you will get like game-changingly better and enhanced performance by reaching for a retinal and less risk of irritation. If you want to know why I'm encouraging everyone to make that switch, I'll link a video explaining it in more detail up there. This, I think, is you could just get a better product and formulation for the same price point. So I'm not surprised that it's on this list because Olay are available internationally, which lends itself to, you know, being on a bestsellers list. But I think there are just better products when it comes to anti-aging night creams, and check out that retinol video that I've just linked if you want some inspiration for some other ones out there. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of the top 10 best-selling skincare products of 2022. I actually don't think this is a bad list, with the exception of the ordinary niacinamide, which I think is pretty pants. The rest of the products on here will genuinely deliver you some really great results if you incorporate them in your skincare routine. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of brands such as Cetaphil, such as Vichy, Cerave. I'm disappointed to see them on this list. I'd like other brands to actually have their chance to shine. However, the products and formulations are really good, and so it all comes down to what works for you, the brands that you want to invest your coin in, and what you want in terms of outcomes from your skincare routine. I would love to know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on any of these. And are there any brands that you're surprised to not see in this list? I think I expected to see L'Oreal certainly feature here, and Nivea. They're like the two brands that I think are missing. But I think the issue that they have is a lot of their products they change the name of depending on which territory they happen to sell in. So none of them have that truly global, universal name recognition, which is why when you're pulling together a list like this, it's quite hard to carry them across and tell which product is which I think explains why you're not seeing them here today. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section below, and wherever you are in the world, guys. Stay safe, stay well, love your skin. Take care. Bye.